Yes, kill for mother.
Let's take a look at the Sideshow Collectibles 2006 Jason Voorhees as seen in the final chapter. Now, trying to find information on this figure was such a pain in the ass. I only found one review on any sort of website, and it says that this was released in 2006 for about $44. And as you can see on the back of the box, this is pretty much true. Now, this figure is, of course, based on Ted White's portrayal of the titular antagonist Jason Voorhees as seen in the final chapter. And this is widely regarded as one of the better sequels of the Friday the 13th franchise. And for me, in my opinion, I do love this movie. It is my third favorite, as I just have a little bit more affection for part 6 and 7. Now, taking a look at the figure itself, we have the mask, we have the split open hand as seen at the end of the film, and all these details look pretty nice. For a figure released in 2006, I think this guy holds up pretty well. Of course, he has the khaki pants and the black boots, as well as the display stand right there. You can see his pretty gnarly fingernails. Now, one last thing to do is to check the head sculpt underneath the mask, and yeah, this guy is pretty gnarly.
Ugly motherfucker.
Now, this is probably my favorite part of this entire figure is this head sculpt, and even today, I think this holds up pretty well. I mean, this is trying to replicate the special effects of legendary artist Tom Savini, and yeah, this looks pretty good. Now, comparing the photos of this and the actual look of his face in the movie, it's not entirely accurate, but like I said, if this ever gets remade, I'm sure it will look utterly disgusting. Now, my main complaint with this figure is actually his mask. Now, from what I've seen in other reviews on this guy on YouTube, the mask straps are a little too big and it will sit pretty loose on his face. I had to tape mine up just to make it a little bit shorter so it would actually sit properly. I almost forgot to mention in this segment that the website also lists an exclusive variant of this figure that came with a gag machete, which I'm assuming is just Jason's death when he gets the machete stuck into the side of his head, which is pretty much what the NECA figure has. Now, unlike his mother, Pamela Voorhees, this Jason figure doesn't come with a whole lot. He only comes with 2 weapons and a display piece. But first, he comes with, of course, his machete, because what Jason is complete without a machete? And the other weapon, he comes with a hacksaw that he uses when he arrives at the hospital and uses it on the coroner that is watching a weird VHS tape. And finally, his last accessory is the Mrs. Voorhees, Pamela Voorhees tombstone. As you can see, Pamela Voorhees, 1930 to 1979, at rest. And yeah, that's it. No corkscrew, no Jimbo, dead fuck.
It says you're a dead fuck. What? A dead fuck?
Other than that, he's pretty light on accessories. I mean, you have the display stand, which I wouldn't really consider an accessory. That's more of a necessity, if I'm being honest. But like in the Pamela review, it doesn't come with that U-shaped crotch hook, and it comes with this waist clipper. Like I said in the previous review, I don't like these. They're dead fucks. Get rid of them.
And I'm a dead fuck.
Now, in terms of articulation, it's okay. First, his head, it can only look left and right, can't go up or down. Not a big deal, really. Now, for the midsection, he does have articulation in the midsection. He can crunch over like this, and his waist does have a swivel. You can move it left to right, which is pretty good. You can move it about. His arms, you can move them at the shoulder, and there's a double bend in the elbows. The forearm and the wrist can rotate as well. You can't put Jason in this big boot style pose. I don't know why you would, but his legs do go up that far. And he does have a double bend in the knees. And wow, look at this crazy pose I just put him in. And lastly, the boots can move left and right. And that's about it. It is pretty limited in today's standards, but it's pretty good and just enough for what Jason needs to strike a pose. Now, excluding Pamela Voorhees, this back of the box does show the rest of the line. They have part 2, 3, They did skip part 5, which I understand because that is Imposter Roy Jason. They did 6, 7, and they strangely skipped part 8 and then did part 9. That just doesn't make sense to me. They did a part 10 before he became Uber Jason. Freddy vs. Jason, and they stopped the line before they could ever do a remake Jason. Now, in my opinion, this figure is pretty awesome. Now, if you're more into more modern figures, you're probably not going to like this guy, but I like him. You have to be a hardcore fan if you were really going out to collect these, and I definitely do recommend him. Right now, he's my favorite out of these older figures, but thank you so much for watching, and I hope to get more of these to review sometime soon. But that's about it for me. Take care.